Anyone who won a lifetime supply of something, what did you win, and are they still supplying it to you? I won a lifetime supply of coffee beans in a contest. Each month they mail 4 pounds of excellent quality coffee beans of my choice. Sometimes I give them away as gifts as I can't use them all. Best one here TBH. For real. Takes me like a month to get through a pound, so with 4 pounds a month I'd def need to give most away. Your comment has made me realize I need to reassess the amount of coffee I drink in a month. When I was a kid, Crayola was running a Create a New Color contest. If you won, your color went in one of their big boxes of crayons and you got a lifetime supply of crayons when they retire colors and make new ones. I made swamp green and won. They send me a new big box of crayons 1 to 2 times a year and have been doing it for 20 plus years. About 4 years ago I won a cinema premiere card, which entitled me to 2 free movies a week for the duration of a year. The cinema chain dragged their feet when it came to delivering the prize, but I persisted and eventually received the card a few months later. Turns out the card has lasted for longer than a year, still currently in use and set to expire in 2116. When I was a kid, the Australian brand Arnott's was running a competition where if you bought their Shapes biscuits you could win all sorts of prizes. After begging my mum for Shapes every time she went to the supermarket, I finally won a prize, which was a lifetime supply of Shapes. Little me was over the moon. But, when my mum took my winning card to be redeemed, the supermarket said they would have to contact the Arnott's company. Well, after waiting months, we finally hear back from Arnott's via a letter saying that they apologize but they cannot honor the competition but instead have sent a $3 check reimbursing my mum for the packet of Shapes. So yeah, duck you Arnott's. Sounds like your mom had a slam dunk lawsuit on her hands. She could have sued and taken the company for a real ride. Edit, to the people saying we don't do that here and Aussies aren't so happy like Americans and such, I would like to point out that this company broke the law. There was a binding contract, the contest, which meant they legally owed a Pop's mom a prize, which had a certain monetary value. They refused to give Op's mom the prize or equivalent monetary value despite being contractually obligated to do so. This is no different than an employer refusing to pay an employee their wages or a tenant refusing to pay their rent. Party A owed something to Party B, and refused to pay it. They broke the law. If there was ever a time when a lawsuit was definitely fully warranted, it was this. Child me wanted to take those bastards for everything they had. Australia would not have survived the collapse of Arnott's. Colleague of mine won a year's supply of beer from a craft brewery in an office raffle. They sent her 1 bottle of beer a month. 12 beers total. That is actually really dumb. If they can't even be bothered to send a coupon for a 6-pack once a month, don't run the competition. Edit, ye missed that this was an office raffle. Still, call it what it is, 2 6-packs and just give them 2 6-packs up front. Why waste time, money, and energy sending out a single beer a month? Yeah, I doubt that making themselves look like cheapskates was the goal of that promotion. Oops. Not a lifetime, but I won a year's supply of vitamin water. I was kind of freaking out because it was supposed to be a couple pallets worth of water and I live in a very tiny apartment and also, do not like vitamin water. When it finally got time for them to ship it out, they decided to just give me a $900 Visa gift card. Was pumped about that. Well hey, that's equivalent to 450 plus bottles of vitamin water, so you definitely got a year's worth if you drink 1 or 2 a day. My sister won a lifetime supply of sour warhead candies. But they stopped sending them after a few years too. I think it was a blessing that they stopped actually. Man, I would have loved that as a kid. But rip your sister's mouth. My friend won a lifetime supply of Pringles. She got something like 300 cans of Pringles and they were gone in a few months, but she lives on. There hasn't been an assassination attempt by Pringles? Edit, yes, 300 cans were enough to kill her, I get it. Picturing the mustachioed guy from the Pringles can methodically attaching a silencer and a scope to his long sniper rifle. This is hardly his first time, because once you pop, you can't stop. Methodically attaching a silencer and a scope to his long sniper rifle, methodically attaching a Pringles tube and a Pringles tube to his long Pringles tube. Fix that for you. I present Exhibit A. In primary school, my school was giving away a lifetime supply of Oreos and I won, but they stopped as soon as I left the school. Have you contacted a lawyer? Gonna sue the school now, BRB. What if their argument is Coke shit doesn't have a life now? Well shit, you got me there. Lifetime supply of Red Hots. I legit ducking hate Red Hots and they just sent me another supply this last weekend. I hate Red Hots. You can change your address to mine if you'd like. I like the idea that one day op will move and not tell them. For years after, a new person living there will receive a monthly package of Red Hots and have no idea why. I wonder how long it would take to go from this is hilarious to this is enraging. 6 months? New owner, I keep finding Red Hots at home for no reason. Legal advice, have you checked your co-detector? About 15 years ago, Lego did a thing where there were gold tabs on the corners of instruction manuals. If you collected enough and mailed them in, you'd get a lifetime subscription to the magazine. My brother and I spent all our allowance on sets during that time and got enough to send in. We got the magazine for probably about 5 years after that. We even moved and got the address changed a few times. They stopped after a while though and would restart for a few months after we called, but eventually we never heard back. My grandparents bought my dad a lifetime subscription to National Geographic as a kid. We have mountains of those yellow pages. When he had no fixed address, they would save all the issues and then ship out the bundle when they found him again. National Geographic Lego. The Lego magazine was free to subscribe to for as long as I remember. Even now it's still free. Cece's Pizza gave me a card, after finding caterpillars in the salad bar. For 10 years, I've had free reign. For 10 years, I haven't stepped through their door. Try it out once and if it works, sell that bitch. Hell, I'd buy it. Lifetime of Cece's is worth what? $20? I want a lifetime supply of camera film from the Publishers Clearinghouse. I had to send it in to them to get developed and they would send me back a new roll with my pictures. Their prices for development was actually really good, so I did for a good decade or so until digital cameras took over. Edit, this was back in the late 80s and I was just a kid, but as best as I can remember it was 35mm and I have no idea if they would still honor it today. My grandpa was an avid photographer and he would help teach me basic tips and tricks like the rule of thirds and whatnot. He'd been gone for years now, but those memories still make me smile. So you're the guy who decimated the film camera industry. See how this millennial is disrupting the $16 billion film industry. When we moved into our current house, every year around Christmas we'd get this massive box full of assorted Keebler crackers, always addressed to the previous owner. This went on for about 10 years before they finally stopped coming. To this day, we have no idea what kind of deal the previous owner had with Keebler, but let me tell you, we always looked forward to that cracker box every year. Edit, my first gold. Thank you. Whoa, did not expect this to blow up. Edit 2, I was a kid when all this happened. I had no idea this was technically illegal, and to be perfectly honest, I don't think my parents did either. They're pretty straight-laced folk. We didn't have any contact information for the previous owners, we just knew they moved to somewhere in Florida. Our local Krispy Kreme burned down one day, and about a year later it reopened. The first 100 people in the door were given free donuts for a year and number one got them for life. A friend and I camped out overnight with over 100 other people. The first guy in line was there for an entire week. We ended up getting our year of donuts, and it was a punch card which let us each come back once a month for a free dozen donuts. Yo, if that happened near me, I would be that first guy. If it happened near me and I was number 101 in the line, I would burn the store down and try again. Donut shops hate this man for knowing one simple trick. My great-grandfather was a farmer, and won a contest for plowing the straightest row in the county fair. This was about 1910 in Saskatchewan, Canada. He won a lifetime supply of seed. Each weekend he would go pick up about 20+ bags of seed and, with his horse and buggy, take them to the train station where new families were exiting the train. In 1910, Saskatchewan was giving away land to new immigrants, and for years and years he would give each family bags of seed to start their new farm.